I think the British system works well for our market, and I suppose the key thing is working out what works best for any particular market. So there are two elements to our scheme. The first is the classification scheme, which is about assessing the yield of meat from the carcass, which is common right across Europe. And that's not so different from what you do here in South Africa already. And then in terms of delivering eating quality to the consumer, we would use a specification approach. That is, the supply chain takes best practice and writes that into a specification which their suppliers must then follow. So that works quite well in a market where the retailers have a very strong place in the market. I suppose it doesn't require any government supervision or any external supervision. It's managed by auditing within that supply chain.
Are there any lessons to be learned from the European approach to classification and consumer satisfaction?
Yeah, I suppose the first thing is understand what it is your consumers require and then design your scheme to meet that. So that means that a scheme from anywhere else in the world may or may not be suitable once you've worked out what your consumers require. And I think the second thing is that you can start to make improvements to benefit the consumer before you have those measurements in place. So by defining a specification, you can actually deliver improved quality, even if you're not quite sure how you're going to measure it or monitor it. So you can make steps right from the beginning.
Are you going to adapt or any imminent changes to your system?
Well, we're always looking at what other people are doing around the world, and actually visiting South Africa has been a great opportunity to get together with others and have that discussion. So we would very much like to have a good measure of eating quality on the line. At the moment, all the measures used internationally are just related measures that are put together into a package to give you a grade. So I think there's a lot of research going on internationally about measures, direct measures. So I think for us, the next big step would be to have a tool that you could use on the slaughter line that would give you some indication of the eating quality.